Hey everyone, it's Amy and welcome or potentially welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a lovely day. I, for one, not so much. This is a tangent that nobody asked for, but I have a wisdom tooth coming through and it feels like I am chewing on shards of glass. But I was determined to get this video filmed and uploaded on time for you guys, so I'm powering through, but I just wanted to let you know if you guys are wondering why I have a little bit of a weird lisp. Also, if I look a little bit puffy or maybe like I'm about to burst into tears, that's why. Today I'm bringing you another video about expat life in Bahrain, and I am so thrilled that these videos have been helpful to so many of you. Today we're going to be focusing specifically on the do's and don'ts of Ramadan in Bahrain and what you can expect if you happen to find yourself in Bahrain during the holy month. This is based on my personal experience, on the things that I've been told by my employers here in Bahrain, as well as things that I have witnessed in my own life and things that I've been told by my Bahraini friends. If you are Bahraini, if this is something that you know a great deal about and I am wrong in some way and you feel like you want to correct me, please feel free to do so in the comment section down below. I'm just trying to give the best information that I can based on what I know, but I'm obviously not an expert. Okay, so just a very quick overview of Ramadan and what that actually is. So most of you are probably already aware that in the Muslim faith, the holy month is Ramadan, and one of the big things that happens in Ramadan is that Muslims will fast from sunup until sundown. The Islamic calendar actually follows the cycle of the moon, and Ramadan starts with the sighting of a crescent moon. So in some countries, more so in the West, Ramadan will be considered to have started whenever that crescent moon should appear in the sky based on the cycle of the moon. But in the Gulf, there's actually a moon sighting committee. It's based in Saudi Arabia, and they sit out with these giant telescopes, and until they see the moon for themselves, Ramadan doesn't start. So in that sense, nobody actually knows for sure when Ramadan's gonna start. They have a rough idea, but until that committee sees the moon with their own eyes, Ramadan cannot begin. And I just think that's a cool little fact that I never knew until I moved to the Middle East. Okay, so let's talk about the do's and don'ts of Ramadan, particularly when you're living in Bahrain, although I would imagine that much the same kind of rules would apply if you are in Kuwait, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia, and so on. The first and probably most important rule of Ramadan is that you cannot eat or drink in public during the whole month. It's literally against the law, and you can be arrested even for just eating a piece of gum out on the street. Obviously within the confines of your own home or within a private space, then you can eat or drink. Hello, I'm having a coffee right now. But in any public space, eating, drinking, and smoking are all completely prohibited. In Bahrain, you can still go to the supermarket. The supermarket is still open during the day, but you just can't consume any of the things that you buy out in the street. If you're still attending work during Ramadan and you're not fasting, then your employer should provide a room for you where you can go and eat and drink without disturbing anybody else. And I mean, aside from the fact that it is actually against the law to eat and drink in front of people during Ramadan, just think about how much it would suck if you could not eat or drink anything all day and then you had to sit there and watch someone else eating a cheeseburger with a giant Coke. Like, don't be that person. The second thing you need to be aware of during Ramadan in Bahrain is that alcohol is also strictly prohibited. So what you'll find is, outside of a global pandemic when things are back to normal, the bars will shut down during Ramadan, and restaurants that usually serve alcohol won't serve alcohol. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the restaurants will be closed until after sundown. Another thing that I urge you to be mindful of is that it is illegal to be drunk in public at all times during the year in Bahrain. People don't generally get in trouble for that unless they are really out of control. But during Ramadan, those laws and those rules become much more strict. So just don't even risk it. Just you know, consider it a detox. Another thing you need to bear in mind during Ramadan is that you need to dress modestly. Now, I have talked a bunch about what to wear in Bahrain, and for the most part, you can pretty much wear whatever you want. But during Ramadan, it's a whole different ballgame. This is when you're going to need to dress a lot more conservatively. So for instance, the top that I'm wearing today shows my shoulders. So if I was about to go out to the supermarket, I would just hike it up like so, and then I'm good to go, because I want to keep my shoulders covered during Ramadan. I don't want to have anything that, you know, has a cleavage situation. I wouldn't want to wear anything above the knee. It's just not appropriate at this time of year, and the last thing you want to do is offend someone, particularly when it's a time of huge religious importance to them. The fourth thing you need to know about Ramadan in Bahrain is that you shouldn't be getting all touchy. During Ramadan, Muslims are actually not supposed to be intimate with each other, and so that kind of translates out in public to keeping a respectable distance from people of the opposite sex. So usually when Cody and I go out to the grocery store or whatever, we hold hands, maybe he'll like kiss the top of my head. We're not making out in like the meat aisle, but we do like to be close to each other. Whereas during Ramadan, we will keep more of a distance from one another. We don't hold hands. We make sure not to like hug or kiss in public. And again, that's just out of respect and out of what is appropriate at this time of year. Okay, another thing that you should prepare yourself for Ramadan is that things might not run as smoothly as they usually do, because a lot of businesses will work on different Ramadan opening hours, and that might mean that they are only open for a few hours a day, and they might be really obscure hours. Not only that, but when things are open, you need to keep in mind that perhaps a lot of people who are working in that place are tired and hungry, and so they're not going to be their best selves. They might be a little bit grouchy, they might be a little bit fatigued, and so they're probably not going to be doing their best to work. Give these people a break, like they've got a lot going on right now. Another thing to bear in mind during Ramadan is that music, I don't know if it's completely not allowed, but definitely you will not find any music in restaurants if you go to any, and you are expected not to play any loud music in your home or in your car, or definitely like not out on the street if you have like a boombox going down the street, which I don't know if you would, because it's not like the 1990s. But I'm not judging if that's how you want to live your life. I'm just saying don't do that during Ramadan. I would be really interested actually if any of you are from Bahrain or maybe know the answer to this question. Is music outlawed completely during Ramadan, or is it just frowned upon? Because I don't know. And the last tip that I have for you for Ramadan in Bahrain and anywhere else you go, and also just for general life, is don't be offensive to people. I don't think that you should ever be offensive to people. I don't think that you should ever swear at people. I don't think you should ever raise your voice at people. I don't ever think that you should be disrespectful, because why would you? But this is particularly important during Ramadan. Ramadan is the holy month. Ramadan is so sacred to Muslims, and it's of huge religious significance. This is a time where people are trying to get closer to God, and you should be respectful of that. You should always be respectful of people, of course, but particularly during this month, just don't offend people. Just keep it cool. Just be a nice person, and then carry that forward for the rest of your life. Okay everyone, so those were my do's and don'ts for Ramadan in Bahrain and what you can expect if you're going to be spending Ramadan in Bahrain. Or, like I said, it's probably similar in neighboring countries, but I would just double check before you go and make sure you know really what the rules are and what is expected of you. If you guys have any additional information to add, please go ahead and do so in the comment section down below. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you found it informative or helpful, or just like really appreciated that I powered through that with like this half of my face feeling like it's falling off, then go ahead and let me know by giving this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, go ahead, click that subscribe button, hit that little bell while you're down there. And until next time, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you all so much. I hope you are all staying safe and happy. Ramadan Kareem, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys. I should have done my hair, but it's quarantine, so it just seemed like a lot of effort. I don't remember how to do my hair. I don't think that I'm gonna integrate very well back into society.